There was one survey questionnaire where women going through divorce, when their dreams, they were reconciling in their dreams that things were breaking up and people were moving on, those as a group tended to recover from divorce better. And so when you just look and you just say, okay, that's very interesting. Those that were struggling in their dreams were also ones more likely to have depression longer. And so what that does to me is that invites a conversation. So does the dream or the dreaming brain kind of give a clue to how well you're coping with your real waking life stress? That by itself is powerful. That one, it knows about it. It ain't some other brain. It's your brain. It's just in this dreaming mode. So it knows about it. Your waking life is feeding your dream life. 6, 7, 8 hours. How are you processing? How are you digesting? How are you metabolizing the most difficult thing in your day? And I think that's where I love it, is that it's not distinct, and that the dreaming brain can be your shepherd. It can be the thing that helps you process emotional trauma. And for people with PTSD, it can actually play back flashbacks. So it's a wild space that leans emotional, leans visual. Let me give you a second example. With my patients, end-of-life cancer patients, dreams are expansive, positive, filled with reconciliation as they're asking for surgery and all that. You would think they're all going to be horrific because it's dark time. Stress, right? You would think day stress is turned into dreaming stress, but the connection is not clear. And that's where I think there's power in our dream life. I think in general, when I look at all the surveys, dreaming is our shepherd at the end of life. I think nightmares and erotic dreams cultivate the young mind, much like our minds are cultivated in adolescence. Dreams mirror and reflect what's going on during our life. For example, pregnancy dreams. Women who are pregnant, their dreams are very different, rolling over in bed, what the babies are going to be called. So sometimes waking anxiety and dream anxiety clearly linked. I got to give a talk tomorrow. I got a dream I'm showing up naked. I got an exam alarms. Sometimes they're clear. Sometimes they're your companion pregnancy dreams, end of life dreams. Sometimes they're just junk. Not everything's going to make sense, right? Our waking life doesn't make sense. So I think when you start to look at those categories, the fourth category being universal dreams, nightmares and erotic dreams in children, then the one we're left with, the one that now I spend even more time with, is that hyper emotional, hyper visual that lingers into the next day. What I would say is don't let that one go. That's a solar flare from your brain in a unique state that you can't get to during the day. Hyper emotional, hyper liberated. The measurements of emotion in our dreaming brain can reach a top speed our waking brain can never reach. So for me, when I look at the whole thing, the hyper emotional, hyper visual with a central image is a dream that is broken out from your dream life that is about you, that a therapist can't get to. I mean, it's your brain conjured it. And that's one to reflect on. What I would say is, like, not every time, not everyone, but in our search for wellness and healing, that's a free and accessible portal. And when I was working on this book with the UK publishers, there was like 7 or 8 people who were like, we're dreaming more. We're remembering our dreams more. Some had lucid dreams. So that's the second thing I would say, is that this can be induced and cultivated. You're not a passenger with your dream life. And what you remember from your dream life, you can also cultivate that. You're not a passenger at that stage either.